Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the patch notes for Injustice. This is the patch that's going to be coming out a week from today. Thought I'd just break down some of the patch notes. If you guys want to see the patch notes yourselves, because you haven't seen them yet, check out the description down below. But other than that, I'm just going to be talking through some of them. Not all of the changes, just some of the more interesting ones to me. Some of the interesting ones is that they have a rematch option they're going to have online. So, when you're playing online, you don't have to do that. Like, go back to the menu and pick a character every time. They also have it so that in tournament, when player 2 hits A to select a map, he will be on a random stage. So that really helps out in tournament, where random stage is the tournament standard. So it randomizes the stage, and that really helps out in that regard. Some of the interesting changes, I thought, the most interesting of the universal changes was probably meter burn back 3ing. Is way better now. Meter burn back 3s and forward 3s got a lot better. So what they did was they made it so that when you meter burn back 3 stuff, you don't take full damage from the ability anymore, right? So let's say my opponent was going to throw some car or whatever at me, and I meter burn back 3 through it, and I dashed through it, and I punished him. Well, you still take the car damage. You take big damage from it. However, you can punish them, and sometimes they even it out. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less, whatever. But now they're making it so you take 50% less damage, and you get 50% more damage when you meter burn back 3. So it's really like the change is a big deal. So meter burn back 3ing through stuff, it really helps. So characters who lose the meter burn back 3s, or meter burn back 3ing is the answer to their options, it helps them a lot. So characters like Grundy, when they do 1-1-2 into like meter burn swamp feed or whatever, you can meter burn back 3 them. Killer Frost slide, you meter burn back 3. Martians wake up, meter burn back 3, or his teleport, anything like that. Anything where you meter burn back 3 or forward 3 helps. Characters who have good meter burn back 3s or forward 3s, this helps them. So like GL, Frost, characters who have good forward 3s like that. Sinestro has a great meter burn back 3. Characters who have strong forward or backwards 3s, this is a really good buff for them, and it's just a nice change for small characters or characters who have troubles dealing with interactables in general. So I thought that was an interesting change. There's a lot of other interesting general changes, like the meter build on moves and stuff like that. But I thought I would just cover, which is kind of an indirect nerf to Nightwing, but oh well. But I thought I would just cover some character changes now. So Aquaman's trait got a longer cooldown. I think this is like the 5th patch in a row that's been changed. So it was probably needed. It's hard to open that character up. Ares got a bunch of teleport changes. They already showed off what he was going to get a while ago, but I thought those were interesting changes nonetheless. Bane, they already showed off his changes a while ago. But less damage when he's in Venom and stuff like that, and Venom Uppercut being able to meter burn. Batgirl. So what they did with Batgirl is they made it so her hitbox is a little bigger, because a lot of things whiffed on her. So if you're in staff with Nightwing, for instance, and you do instant jump 1 like that, it would whiff, even if she crouched. When, for instance, a character like Grundy, won't. Well, actually, he has a small hitbox too, but, characters who are larger, who have a larger hitbox won't. They also made it so that when she does her cartwheel, that characters who used to be able to duck it, right? So some characters could duck all the high options of her cartwheel, and that was like a big detriment to her. Her cartwheel wasn't really mixed up and stuff like that. Batman got lots of interesting nerfs, I guess. So what happened was they made it so that his trait comes back 3 seconds slower than before. So you guys know you call a bat, and then you like throw a batarang, let it go, call another bat, let bat go, throw an up batarang. Whatever, right? So they made it so that it comes back slower, which is actually helps Nightwing in the matchup a lot, because when Nightwing doesn't have the life lead, Batman can zone him out really easy. So I thought that was an interesting change. Man, Black Adam changes. Black Adam kind of got stomped. They made his orbs not last as long when it's out, and made the cooldown on it 2 seconds longer. Foot dive is more negative on block, which most people don't do on meter burn foot dive anyway. His lightning will only hit grounded opponents when performed outside of a combo. So what this means is that if you jump, you won't get sniped by lightning. So like if he tries to meter burn lightning and you jump or something like that, right? Or you're in the jumping frames of, your character's in his jumping frames, he won't get hit out of the air by lightning. And that's actually a really good change, because it was really frustrating for Nightwing, especially in staff, because he has this little hop. Another change was meter burn lightnings now -1 instead of +8. I think that was probably needed too. His backdash got nerfed, a couple other orbs nerfed, stuff like that. So It's pretty crazy. Catwoman got a change that was universal to multiple characters, and that was her Cat Dash. Meter Burn Cat Dash has 2 hits of armor. This is to help in the Batman matchup, I think, in particular. And Doomsday got the same change for his Venom, and it's to prevent it, because you know how Batarangs hit twice, so they couldn't even meter burn through his projectiles. Sort of frustrating for them. Cyborg got one of the more interesting changes, I think. So they buffed his trait, because you guys know his trait. You hold the button and he powers up or whatever, he heals. See, the problem with his trait was that you got so little life for how long it took, but they, instead of having it be super long for low life, they made it so like it's a burst heal kind of. And what he can do is he can do his meter burn uppercut, and then instead of, you know, setting out rockets and shooting another fireball, he can choose to just charge up his health right there, right? So he can sacrifice chip damage and setups for more life, and I thought that was really interesting. It's a really good change. So yeah, like I mentioned, Doomsday has changed for Venom, 2 hits. Flash got his down 2 nerfed, and more damage scaling on his combo, so he's probably not going to hit as hard, and down 2 nerf. Those are probably needed. This character is just, God, I don't know why people don't think he's good, but the Flash is kind of fucked up. So Green Arrow had an interesting change where, okay, you know how you can crouch and shoot arrows? The thing was, when he was crouched like that, he still had the hitbox like he was standing. So high projectiles would still hit him, stuff like Geo Rocket, Fear Blast, you know, whatever high projectile you were shooting. So he couldn't duck them when he was shooting arrows. And now they made it so when he's ducking and shooting arrows, he doesn't get hit by that. So that's actually really nice for him. I thought that that was the change he needed. GL lost his OTG. Yeah, that was just a weird thing anyway. He shouldn't have had that. Harley got some interesting changes on her trait, as well as like a couple strings. Hawkgirl just got a bug fix. Joker, you guys probably already saw the changes. They've been out for a while. Frost got like a bug fix kind of thing. Lex changes and Lobo changes have been out. Martian changes were kind of interesting. They made it so that his upward teleport or downward teleport when he's in the air now hits high, because if he got, or hits higher, because if you guys didn't know, when a character jumped against Martian when he did his air teleport, Martian would float through them and be full combo punishable every time. So characters who were just jumping from full screen, he would just whiff on them for no reason. It was really, really weird. And I'm not really sure why that was happening anyway, but yeah, that was a bug fix. And back 1-3 got fixed, so it's no longer a hard knockdown. He can't cross you up from full screen with teleports. So just very interesting stuff. The Nightwing change. The last hit of Staff Spin Meter Burn will now hit small characters. So if you guys didn't know, Nightwing has this against about 7 characters in the game, right? Where when he does Meter Burn Staff Spin, it whiffs against certain characters. So if I duck with Grundy, it completely whiffs. And it's not just that it whiffs, it's that it's full combo punishable with whatever you want. So that was a really frustrating change for Nightwing, or a good change for Nightwing, because Meter Burn Staff Spin and whiffing on people was just frustrating. So I'm really glad that they fixed that. You know, it worked. It had that happen against like Frost, Batgirl, Grundy, Joker in the corner, Ares on certain spots. It was just a frustrating thing to have. Scorpion got some changes on one of his strings and some bug fixes. Shazam got more damage, and back 2-3 now launches, so that's an interesting change. So Sinestro got his back 1-2 changed to be a mid instead of a high now. I don't know if that really changed anything that much, but Sinestro in general got indirect buffs by Black Adam and Superman getting nerfed anyway. So Sinestro's really, really good right now anyway. That character's really, really strong, so I'm not really worried about that. So Grundy got Grave Rot to do more damage now. If you guys don't know, Grave Rot is this thing. So Grave Rot and Grave Rot Meter Burn do more damage. And if you guys didn't know, like, Grave Rot is good. Tyrant actually has lots of setups with it, where instead of like his normal ambiguous setup after he does this Meter Burn, he dashes up and then does like a whoa. Huh, that's interesting. So you have to Meter Burn and then do the normal one. So yeah, now that when he has both on, you can see how much damage he does. It's actually a lot if you're getting hit. And if you didn't know, when he's got those on, when he's like throwing you like this, it ticks. So I do extra damage while I'm doing it. So that's actually a kind of a big buff to Grundy. So if he trait throws you, when he's got Grave Rot on, he does more damage and stuff now. Superman nerfs. There's a lot of Superman nerfs. Meter Burn, not a lot, like as in significant to the character, but just a large list. Meter Burn Flying Punch, his Superman punch to its armor, just like Catwoman and Doomsday. More damage scaling on his combos, more damage scaling on Heat Zap, which is straight laser. Super is now 5 frames instead of 2. Ground and air heat vision has additional recovery, which means I'm pretty sure on block, Nightwing will be able to punish all heat lasers with staffs. So if that's true, that'll be really sick. Forward 2 had a slight hitbox adjustment, so hopefully that means forward 2 won't be as ridiculous. That would be really nice. Zatanna got a bunch of interesting changes. It was a lot of bug fixes, actually. Lots and lots of bug fixes and like certain things that could be parried that were really strange. Zod got a bunch of changes to his trait because they were all messed up. And now his air charge has a 6-frame startup instead of a 1-frame startup. I kind of agree with that because, like, if you guys didn't know, his air charge was so fast that like he could snipe you out of the air on reaction and just jump charge every time. And it was really frustrating to deal with. But I'm glad that got fixed. So lots of trade issues got fixed with him, and then there was that change. And down 1-2 for him was a hard knockdown. They fixed that. So that's the majority of the changes. Now, my just quick thoughts on it. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already like 11 minutes. Is that lots and lots of characters are getting better just by Superman and Black Adam not being the way they are. Because lots of characters struggle to deal with those two in particular. Like, you know, they had their bad matchups with like Black Adam and Superman, but you know, with those characters getting nerfs and lots of characters getting buffs, it sort of helps them out a lot. Nightwing, if you guys are wondering how Nightwing does, he still has 5 or 6 bad matchups that are just like, if you run into them, you're in trouble. Specifically, Sinestro is just really hard for him, I think. But, you know, GL still hard for him. I think Superman probably won't be great for him still, but it'll be better. Black Adam will be better. But he got better with this patch, that's for sure. A lot of people are just really upset with his changes, but I sort of like just the change he got. I wish Meter Burn Flip Kick would cross up big characters, because they never does unless they get hit by something. Like, Grundy will never get crossed up by Flip Kick unless it's something like that. So, I don't know. That's sort of frustrating. But, yeah, you know, aside from just the little bugs, he got a lot better. Lots of characters got stronger. Martian's going to be really good after this patch, I think, and since he's my secondary, and he's my counter pick for a lot of matchups, that's really good for him. But overall, I really like this patch. Lots of interesting changes. And even though we had to wait 75.5 years for it, I think it was a really strong patch. And if you guys want to check out the patch notes yourself, they'll be in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. And, oh man, I can't wait till you guys see the shark videos I'm going to upload from GTA. But stay tuned, guys. I have lots more stuff for you guys. And I'll see you guys again soon.